Hey students, this is just a quick overview of what we covered in class today. Trying to keep these videos 5 minutes or less in case you were absent or just need a reminder on what we did in class the previous day. Anyway, the date is Friday, September 22nd, and I'm just going to go through what things that we did with each of our web and internet classes today. First and foremost, make sure that you have posted your ThingLink assignment to Google Classroom. It was due at the end of the hour yesterday. I'm just looking at second hour's work, and it appears as though most of them have turned it in. The URL should begin with the www.thinglink.com and then go from there. If you posted something different that doesn't look like that, chances are you're not copying and pasting the correct link. So I can help with you individually on that, but at the same time, we had gone over that in class. If you need an instruction on how to do that, this video right here under the 18th will show you how to do it. What did we do today in class? Well, today in class, it was sort of a built-off an extension of what we did on Thursday. On Thursday, we talked about Google Maps and Google Earth and how that's sort of changed our perspective and how that, searching for information online has sort of replaced the old maps that we used to use before. Anyway, we explored a kind of a fun game called Earth Picker. And if you go in the About section, you can play around with that link if you'd like to. But that was more of just an exploratory type lesson. Today, what we did is we began finding locations throughout the country that we could take pictures of. So you have to open up Google Maps. I'm just using this as an example. And what you'll do is you go to the satellite image, and you're going to pick out 5 locations in the United States. I did recommend maybe using where you live in Burlington or outside of Burlington as one, but that wasn't completely necessary. Okay, so I've had some students take pictures of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., or the Space Needle in Seattle. However you want to go about doing it is perfectly fine. But what we did say is that we do want to take it from a street view. Okay, so I'll take my character over here and drop it somewhere on the street. And from there, as I bring that down to 3D, 2D, street view. Okay, so eventually what will happen, although it's giving me a little bit of trouble, you're going to get a street perspective. So I picked Bushnell Park on the other side of town. From there, you're going to take that image, you're going to do a screenshot. So when you do your screenshot, it's Control, and then along the top of your keyboard, there's a rectangular shape with 2 vertical lines. Okay, that's how you create your screenshot. And when you create your screenshot, make sure that you save it to your Google Drive. What you'll do from there then is you're going to take that image and put it onto a Google document. Now this is just a PDF. You can find this on Google Classroom as well. What we also went through in class today was going through and showing people how to create tables in Google Docs. For some, it was a complete review. For some of it was the first time that they had ever done it. So what you'll do with that image is you're going to copy and paste and you're going to put it in here. Now, I'd recommend editing the image because on this particular image, like you see in Earth Picker, we really want to avoid giving away too many clues on what the picture is of. We want to give the reader a hint, but we don't want to necessarily give away where it's at. So with that being said, we want to paste this photo here, and then from there, we want to copy this URL. Now, I showed students today in class that sometimes copying URLs, these URLs, okay, and we also talked about what URL stands for as well. United Resource Locator, another kind of the acronym for a web page. We talked about how those can get rather long. So I showed them a web application of how you can shorten URLs. I'll show you that in a moment. But the URL should be posted in here, and then the actual street location of this picture should be in the 3rd column. So photo, URL, and then finally location. What I mentioned earlier is that there is a URL shortener. So if I were to click onto this link, it would take me to that picture that I had taken. It's shifted over just a little bit, more like that. All right, which is fine, but at the same time, going back to the document again, which is fine. But at the same time, if when you copy and paste and you leave off or on accident delete off just one of these characters, it's not going to go to that picture. It may just show as not connected. So we talked about how can we overcome that, or what might be an easier way to copy and paste and shorten those URL links. So I showed students in class today called the Google URL shortener. There's actually an extension that I'm hoping to get unblocked that I use. Unfortunately, right now, Student Access does not allow students to use it. But anyway, it's my favorite price, which is free. You'll take that URL shortener, and it's in the About area in Google Classroom. And I'll keep that open. And then what I'll do is I'll go over here. I'll take that big long web address. I'll go, for you it would be Control Copy. On a Mac, it's a Control C, or Command C rather. Go over to URL, and then I do Control V, click Shorten URL, and that big long link gets shortened to just this. And then I would copy it, come over here, go to my link, and then post it down here. So I'm not asking you to actually post 2 links along in a short one. I'm asking all students to do is to take these long links and then shorten them in here. What we're having students do is we're trying to do 5 photos. I really impressed upon students to try to be creative with the pictures that they do indeed post. Just don't find 5 random pictures. Find some things that you enjoy or places you've been. We've had anywhere from people on the footsteps of Lambeau Field to the footsteps of the Lincoln Memorial, to sights and scenes of parts of Florida. I've even had a student take a picture of the gum wall in Seattle, Washington, which I thought was pretty unique and actually pretty cool. So take your time with this. This is just the beginning. We're doing all the research. Eventually, we're going to make this into our own Earth Picker game. But it's a little bit of a process. So we started this a little bit yesterday. We worked continuously on it today. Once again, make sure that you've posted your thing link. I would like to start evaluating those over the weekend, and we'll also have a time where students can look at each other's work as well. As always, if you have any questions and concerns, please give me an email at esulik@basd.k12.wi.us, and looking forward to a great weekend.